Hey everybody, and welcome along to this week's edition of the Irish Golfer Podcast. Peter Finnan here, and joined by Ronan McNamara.
How are we?
All good, Ronan, yourself?
Look, back in the hot seat.
Back in the hot seat. You get up to much over the weekend?
No. I'm still reveling in Big Darwin Núñez's massive double yesterday. So all is good. Looking forward to the week ahead.
Leeds are back as well. First win since April.
HMS Pistol League.
HMS Pistol League. We're back on track. Fark and the helm.
It's amazing what happens when you take Bamford out of your team. You no longer have to watch him.
No, we won't go there. No, Perot, new Messi. Right, yeah, we've it was a big weekend on the golf course as well. We might as well actually intro. You know what? Like it's a massive couple of weeks for Irish golf. We have a huge week this week with the KPMG Women's Irish Open in Dromoland, and then Horizon Irish Open next week at the K Club. So weather looks decent for Dromoland this week, and you're not making it down. We'll get into that later. Actually, Mark will be down there for the week for us, but yeah, it's your chance. Like, there's still plenty of tickets left for this. We've 10 Irish in the field, 3 pros with Olivia Mahaffey, Leona Maguire and Victoria Craig, 3 Irish pros, then 7 AMs with Beth Coulter, Emma Fleming, Sarah Byrne, Kate Lanigan, Olivia Costello, Anya Donegan and Aidan Walsh. So yeah, if you're doing nothing else at all this weekend, or you're looking for something to do, get online, search for KPMG Women's Irish Open and get yourself some tickets for this. There's plenty left. Looks like a great week, and there's plenty to do down there. They've made the fan experience much bigger since last year, and there's just, yeah, it's going to be, I think we're going to get an Irish winner this week.
Yeah, like it's going to be a fantastic week. It was last year, in its first year back in about 10 years. Really well run event, and if you get Leona charging like she was last year, it just creates a really special atmosphere, especially on that back 9. So yeah, if you're at nothing, you couldn't spend your time better than being the KPMG Women's Irish Open.
Plenty of ice cream vans down there. It'd be great crack. Right, FedEx Cup. This was a spectacle.
It was, yeah. Like, Hovland, he's on some tear at the moment, like.
Yeah.
And if you take in his performances since the Open Championship last year, like, he's elevated himself to another level, to the step where the next one is just go and win that major. He's at that level now. Like, you look at the likes of that 3 that came through, Morikawa, Hovland and Wolf. Morikawa had the lead on them quite early on, but you'd have to say Hovland might have eclipsed him now as a player. No,
it was an unbelievable performance. It really was. Meant to say as well at the start, this week's podcast is brought to you in association with Laois Tourism. So plenty of events on in County Laois later on this month. So we'll have a little bit of a segue near the end of the podcast on that as well. So about a few events. We've our own Irish Golfer event series heading there as well. So later on in the month. But yeah, on Hovland, class. Like, it was mad. It was he's such a likeable chap, you know, so the way you can't root against him, but that was the best golf I've seen of a final round pairing on the PGA Tour this season. Like the final pairing, 2 of them shot 2 of the lowest scores of the day, 63, 62. Both Hovland and Schauffele had their own raw scores of 19 under for the week. 7 strokes clear of the next best, Wyndham Clark, when you take away all the handicap crap.
We'll get into that. Yeah. But Hovland, like, he's a babyface assassin.
He's so good. It's mad. Like, I seen someone, I laughed at when I seen it online, that it's really good luck to get shat on by a bird. Do you remember he got shot on by a seagull at the Open? Said, like, this weekend. So he got shot on last month by a seagull, and his good luck is then he comes along, he's after winning a few events, and then he's pretty much shot on the field at Eastlake.
And someone has finally overtaken Patrick Cantlay to number 4 in the world.
Oh, has he?
After about 20 long years, it seems like Cantlay just wasn't getting dislodged, good, bad or indifferent. But Hovland gone up from 5 to 4.
It's just been like flawless. I was listening to his press conference afterwards, and he was asked, like, some good questions he was asked actually about, like, what's the difference, or have you ever played better golf in your life? And he was actually saying, I actually have played better golf, but not all joined up. All the dots didn't join up. I'd always short-sight myself once or twice, or have some mistake at a really important time and it didn't happen. And like the last 2 Sundays, like, obviously Sundays are for getting the job done. He's had 21 threes, 17 birdies, and posted 16 under for those 2 Sundays. He's gained 13 strokes on the field, won 2 trophies, and $21.6 million. Like,
not bad.
It's not bad. His whole season, like if you take 18 million, and we'll get into that at different. This season, like he's won 3 massive events: Memorial, BMW, and now the FedEx Cup, and it's 32 million of prize money that he's taken this year. It's a phenomenal season.
Yeah, like I said it last week, he's no longer a man just for the resort golf courses anymore. Like he's winning at big events on big golf courses, and like I said earlier on, like the next one is to go and win a major. Because this year, in fairness to him, like since the Open last year, he's been competing in the majors as well. His major record this year is actually quite good. Like he pushed Koepka all the way in the PGA. He came 19th at the US Open, 13th at the Open Championship, which was no disgrace either.
Yeah,
and then he's kind of just continued that on. Like, in fairness,
no, it's been so good. It's been so good, and it just does. It all leads towards we'll do a Ryder Cup after we're finished with FedEx Cup. We'll get stuck into the Ryder Cup, but this is just getting me so buzzed up for the Ryder Cup, seeing the European boys starting to spring into action like that.
I think our core, like your 5 or 6 players, are better than America.
Don't ruin the Ryder Cup piece, right?
Oh, sorry.
You're coming in a bit early there. You're coming in hot.
You teed me up.
I did tee up. No. Well, like, there's just so many different things, right? On the FedEx Cup, what do you think of the overall piece? We'll get into some of the players. We'll just do a quick rundown through who did what.
Well, you asked me last week, I think it was, what did I think about the handicap scoring system thing that they do? And I know it's there a few years. I never really gave it much thought because with McIlroy winning last year, I think it's brilliant anyway. Like it does produce drama, but Scotty Scheffler was 1 under for the week, dead last in putting, and like going into Sunday, he had still had an outside chance.
Yeah.
Which like Hovland and Scheffler 19 under par, like that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
No, they'll say they set it up that way to give, like, he's been rewarded for his play throughout the year and throughout the playoffs, and that's just the points differential. That's the way it is. But yeah, they like the golf course. I've never a big fan of Eastlake as a golf course. I don't think it adds too much drama. Where it is that time of the year, it gets quite wet and storms, and there was a lot of stop-start play. It didn't really help it, but
they're doing it up now.
Yeah, they're blowing it up now. Should the boys see them on the driving range, like clipping balls into the lake and skimming balls and topping balls on purpose? Did you see any of that?
No.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, they're literally full out, like 9 irons, 8 irons, just topping balls on purpose, trying to. There was a lake in front of them, like 50 yards in front of them, just skimming balls and stuff, just messing. But yeah, they're blowing up Eastlake now, and yeah, good riddance. Like, I won't miss it. Like, it'll come back better, hopefully. Different, mess about with the design a bit. It'll be interesting to see what their plans are, but I just think the Tour Championship needs a full new format. I don't like a 30-man field. I think 50 the week before was much better with BMW and more. It just needs more jeopardy, more juice. Like, there's not much happened, you know. That's the way outside of the boys. Like, we were blessed that Xander and Viktor did what they did and made a run for it and stuck that in. It's just, yeah, like it's just a hard one to get my head around. That the season is over now as well. That's it, done. PGA Tour is finished.
Yeah, thank God. Probably a lot of people are going to say like it's been a turbulent year to say the least for the PGA Tour. But on the FedEx Cup, yeah, it's hard to know really because it's the handicap system is not really set up to have a lot of drama. I don't think.
No,
because if Scheffler plays well, he should have the shots in the bag to go and win handily enough. It
did last year with Rory. Rory hunted him down, but like, you know, when you have the two guys. Like, you had Rory this year, 2 better than he was last year, Scotty in the same position, and both just horrific putters
like
in the last few weeks.
I know there are problems with the old format, but I just think, looking at someone like Scheffler there, who obviously lost his advantage there at the start of the week, and he was terrible. But, like, he's there 5th or 6th. If it was just a normal 1 to 30, no handicap scoring, like, he's 5th or 6th, but he could still have a chance to go and win the FedEx Cup. So that might create a little bit more jeopardy as well, where you're not just focusing on Hovland and Scheffler at the top and everyone else below them is just irrelevant. Yeah,
like when Xander won. So when Xander won the Tour Championship,
yeah, he didn't win the
FedEx Cup,
yeah.
And that was one of the last. They gave him, like, him and Tiger. Do you remember they gave him like some sword, or they gave him a putter? Actually, they gave him some sword thing, but yeah, they gave him like a golden putter thing. But yeah, I think it needs to go back to that. I think the Tour Championships needs to be its own tournament, and it's not just FedEx Cup final and there's two different winners, and that winner of that has more of an impact on that. It got very complicated for them, but they'd like to simplify this just with the winner this week wins the FedEx Cup. I just think that's, if they want to do it like that, do match play. But I don't think match play would work.
No, do match play and give the leader a buy into the second round or something. That's your
but that's it exactly. Yeah, but does it and open it up to more players?
Yeah.
You could do stuff like that. Like you have some sort of like wild card buy or something like that. Yeah, you do an open draw. Or they'd see the BJs out of it though. They'd be like the GAA trying to avoid Dublin and Kerry in All Ireland semi-finals. Like they wouldn't. They couldn't be trusted to do it right.
No.
But like Rory ends the season as he did this year, close but no cigar. I don't know, like it's just another winning season. Exact same summary as this time last year, but just without a FedEx Cup under his belt. Like it's consistently raising my hope and then just falling shy. It's the hope that kills me, really.
Yeah, and you can't really read too much into his performance last week, given the back issues. And he did seem to free up as the week went on, to be fair. But yeah, it's got to the stage where if he won the fourth FedEx Cup, great. But I really wouldn't have cared.
No,
I think everyone who watches Rory is beyond caring about what he wins outside of four weeks in the year. Like, let's be honest, we're at that stage.
No, it was just, I just can't. He's still, like, you look back and it's a very successful season. Like, if stats wise, his stats are all better. He's trending in the right direction in a lot of areas of his game. Because
he was terrible there in the early part of the season, like around the Masters. It looked like he was really struggling. Like he missed the cut with the players. Obviously third then at the match play.
He took those weeks off.
Missed the cut at the Masters, and then 47 in Wells Fargo. Semi-contend at the PGA.
From the PGA on, he just skyrocketed.
He played well after that.
Yeah.
Like the Tour Championship was his first finish outside the top 10 since the PGA.
Which is insane. Like 10 top 10s in a row. I think it's the first time in his career he's done that in a row. But no, like overall, it would be classed as a very good season. But just because it's Rory and he's held such high esteem, a season without a major now is looked at as failure, isn't it? It's insane. Like we take it for granted that major. Yeah, he should be winning majors, but they're so hard to win. There's so many guys in contention of it.
Yeah, the pool is just so deep, and you're bringing in Viktor Hovland into the equation. Like he's surely going to win one the next 2-3 years. But then you can't rule out the likes of Brian Harman, your Wyndham Clarks, your anomaly kind of guys coming in stealing one. Like that's just, unfortunately, that's where McIlroy is at. Like he's part of the pack. He's not a standalone player like he was in 2012, 2014.
Yeah, no, he does. He kind of heads the peloton of that pack without breaking away. That's the expectations there. Xander Schauffele is one that just I scratch my head when I look at his. Like, it is unbelievable when you look at his FedEx Cup record. He's been in 7 FedEx Cups. He's finished 2nd, 4th, 5th, 2nd, 15th, and 3rd. Like, he just banks some serious cash this time of the year. But it never actually. Yesterday, he contended yesterday without getting within 4 shots.
Never looked like winning. Like
no, but that's what he does. Like he's very.
Even though like he did tie with Hovland for, the non-aggregate score, whatever we're going to call it. Like so, in retrospect, like he couldn't have done any more.
No, he couldn't. But like it's very Spursy. Like that's what I'd rank Xander as. Like just
it's interesting. I was thinking about that during the week. And actually just looking at the official World Golf Rankings, it's down here as Tour Championship 72-hole scores, Xander Schauffele T1. So it's down as a win.
Yeah.
Which is his first win of the year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't win this year.
Win. But he didn't win really, did he?
But does that count? Does that actually count? That's mad.
Yeah. So that's gone down in the records now as a win this year for Schauffele, which means he's won every year on the PGA Tour since 2017.
That's bollocks. Like that's rankings. In the rankings, no, there's no way. That's just for World Golf Rankings because they won't take this. They won't take the handicapping system. That's not a win.
All right, but in 2022 he won twice, 21 once, 2020 once, 2019 once, 2018 once, 2017 twice.
Yeah,
like he wins. Just
2023.
No one notices.
No one. He does win, but he's just very. he does an awful lot. Like where he is, strokes gained across the board, where all his stats are, where all his numbers are, he should be winning a lot more.
Yeah, like
He should be winning an awful lot more, and he just never. He never really. He just again, it's the hope that kills you. So it's very similar to McIlroy, except he's not like McIlroy's a killer compared to Xander Schauffele.
Yeah, and for all the giving out everyone does about McIlroy, like Schauffele is one of those players. If he was leading by 3 shots down the back 9 in a major on Sunday, and
you'd be looking over
you
his
say
shoulder.
someone like Koepka's coming behind you, you're like, yes, Koepka's going to come and pip him.
The big dog's going to do him. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's very Spursy, like just rock up the odd Audi Cup there every 10 years. Do a bit of damage. Any Spurs fans? Sorry, any Spurs fans listening. Little salmon of knowledge from the championship.
I wouldn't be knocking them now. The Ange Bowl.
Yeah, no, he's a good manager. Scotty Scheffler as well, head scratching 2 years in a row. He's thrown away. Like he's literally thrown away the guts of 30 million.
Yeah,
in 2 years. With like a sizable head start, plus the best strokes gained tee to green of anybody in the field. So you're giving him strokes, plus he's going to strike the shit out of the ball from fairway into the green, from tee to fairway, and he just had an absolute mare with his putter again. Went back to the old one again.
Yeah, and it was tough to watch. You can tell it's getting to him. Like he lost 5.4 strokes on the greens. Dead last in putting 30th. But looking through his other stats, in general he didn't play well at all. Like he was strokes gained off the tee, was third, fine. Approached the green 20, looks good. That's out of 30 players. That's not great. 15th around the greens, again out of 30 players. That's not good either.
Yeah, like my young lad Kyle walked into the sitting room. I was watching the golf last night. So he walks in. It must have been like, it was late enough. It was 10 o'clock ish. He's getting ready for bed. He walks in. He sees, and Scheffler had like a 30-foot putt. And I don't know where you're watching all of it. The putt that it was a hard right to left break. It was going down, and it just started drifting left. And he left himself 25 foot left of it. Like it just made. And Kyle just looking at the telly and just burst out laughing watching the telly, going, "Is he a professional golfer?" And just laughing like an 8-year-old. And I'm like, "Yeah, he's the best player in the world." And he's just laughing. No, it was funny, but he must be absolutely scratching his head walking away from this season, going, "What do I need to do to get the job done?" Even though he's had close to Tiger stats, tee to green, he just cannot get the ball in the hole. And I don't know who it was. I was reading an interview last week that one of the journalists got up close enough to Scheffler a couple of weeks ago and listened to Ted Scott giving him a line from 6 foot and just goes, "Yeah, it's just on the lip." And Scotty asked him, "Which lip?" You have trouble when you can't see 6 foot putts.
Yeah, but it's funny about Scheffler. Again, he kind of carried on his form from last year into the early part of this season. He won at the Waste Management Phoenix, won the Players in pretty convincing fashion, and it just looked like from there, this is going to be Scheffler's year. We all used to look at Brooks Koepka 4 or 5 years ago. He's just going to go and win another 3 or 4 times. And then, the putting just completely deserted him.
He's capitulated on the greens. Yeah. Totally. He's it's Pierce Purcell stuff. It is. No, it's really.
Yeah, that little 18 inches that he missed the other day.
It's shocking, and changing his putters and messing around with things, and we give Rory a hard time for this, but Scotty is on a different stratosphere with putting problems than Rory.
Rory's a fine putter. He's a fantastic short game. He's a grand putter. He's just streaky.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with being streaky. Rory is second in strokes game putting in the Tour Championship.
Yeah,
and he went back to his old putter as well. The Scotty Cameron yoke didn't work for him.
Well, Rory went back to his spider, and Scotty went back to his Scotty.
Yeah,
from a spider.
Such a weird. That was a weird couple of weeks.
It's incestuous, the stuff that's going on. Top of the game, but anyway, it was. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, I enjoyed watching. You could not enjoy Viktor Hovland doing what he did, how he struck the ball so well, what he's doing, where it's bringing him in the world, and what he's at. It's a real 2023 is it's a mad it's a comeback year of redemption stories. And when you look at where Hovland was with his chipping at the start of the season, he had the chipping yips, he was struggling big time. and he gets it back on the road and finishes out strong, changes things. Lucas Glover, pudding yips, comes back. You look at Brooks at the start of the year, like all the Netflix doom and gloom around his thing, and comes back, wins major. Jason Day, back from his back struggles, contending again, wins. Ricky Fowler's back from the oblivion into the Tour Championship, featured well. Like, it really is a year of comebacks and redemption, so nice to see loads of little segues and storylines like that coming. And we go again. We start again in a few weeks on the FedEx Cup. I don't know why they don't
just take a break, have a spring league or something, or a winter league.
Winter
12
league.
holes.
Play for turkeys instead of 18 million. Yeah, exactly. Get the winter league going. But no, they need to. I would like to see this later in the year. Like, I know they can't the way things are now, but I hope the overall conversation does lead them to a proper calendar year golf. That it's January to whatever, October, November time. There's time off. There's a summer break for players. There's all that sort of stuff. Like, they tried it on the European Tour this year, but they need to bring it in on a global scale, just...
Yeah, it looks bad when one tour just does it on their own. It's kind of like you're at nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like you're struggling.
Just dead weeks.
You're struggling to have tournaments. It looks like you're in a unhealthy financial position, but if it was across the board, it would make a lot of sense.
Just to have some sort of a set up to it, but it's left. So that's the end. The Americans are announcing so it's Monday when we're recording this. So in the morning, Tuesday, tomorrow afternoon, we're going to know the American Ryder Cup team. God knows what he's going to do. I'm not going to go deep. We'll go deep on the European ones now, but on the American ones, would you bring Justin Thomas?
It's so hard.
I would. I think he will.
From a pairings point of view, you would, because you got a four there, four matches there in Speed and Thomas. If they're together, they'll play all four matches. Yeah, and they'll play the singles obviously as well. His form just isn't great. It's not been good at all, and he's still 15th in the rankings. He's not missed out by a great deal.
Yeah, it's what he brings.
You got Koepka. Koepka will have to go, even though you can argue he probably shouldn't be in with a chance.
He has to be picked.
He has to be picked.
He's the only live one I think will get picked. And then it's just a clusterfuck of there literally is 12 guys.
Yeah, I look at Cameron Young. He's a guy who has had a poor enough year, didn't win. Just very inconsistent, a lot of missed cuts. But he's going to make you a rake of birdies.
Finau,
he won this year twice. And he's way down the list. Yeah. He'll get a pick, though. I'm sure.
You think so?
I think so.
It'd be interesting. We'll know all that tomorrow.
It's mad looking at Finau. He's below Harris English. He's still below Zalatoris. Amazingly. Below Russell Henley, Kirk Kitayama, Denny McCarthy, Denny McCarthy. He's a man who'd be handy to have, but he needed to win.
Yeah. No chance. I don't think he has a chance. But anyway, European team, right? So the European list we've another week, another tournament. So we've the Amiga European Masters this week, and then Luke Donald makes his selections next Monday, the week of the Irish Open, actually. So European Tour list at the minute from we've McIlroy, Rahm, and McIntyre top of the European list, and then on the world list we've Victor, Matty Fitz, and Tyrrell Hatton. Am I right in that?
Victor, Hatton, and Fleetwood.
Oh, Hatton and Fleetwood. So looking at what they have to pick then. So you've Matty Fitz, Seb Straka, Justin Rose, Lowry.
There's 3 guarantees.
Yannick Paul.
Yes.
Moronk, Perez, Rasmus Højgaard, Ludwig Aberg. I think we can drop Power and Harrington out of the...
Yeah, they're gone.
Out of the reckoning, right?
You got the Højgaard, but which Højgaard are you bringing now? Because Nikolai put himself back into the mix.
Rasmus did as well. Rasmus is...
Well, Rasmus is 8th on the European points list.
Yeah.
He's up there with Fleetwood, Victor Perez, Adrian Moronk, Yannick Paul. He's above Hatton in the list. But Hatton qualified on the world points. Then you kind of scroll down. There's probably 5 or 6 guys fighting for 3 picks, I'd say. Because Straka, Matty Fitz, and Justin Rose, they'll get 3 wildcards.
And Lowry.
And Larry, yeah, probably.
He has to. Like, he actually has to. Like, when you think... He didn't do himself any favours going and missing the cut this week. But, like, when you look at the other guy... I don't even think... I found it really mad that we put up that piece the other day on, like, our socials and put up a piece on that, yeah, he's missed the cut and he's just highlighted the fact that he's not playing too well and brought it... And the negativity out there towards Shane Lowry was, like... The lad's giving him dog's abuse. Now, you know, he hasn't been... statistically playing that well as of late, but he brings so much. He's a big game player. Like he's
and like
my view on Lowry, like missing the cut is not good, and he can't actually. Even if he was to play and win the Omega Masters this week, he can't qualify.
Yeah,
points wise, he's too far down on the European list. But he's such a big time player, has so much more pedigree than most of the rest, and 100%. In a team room, in a team environment, and in this overall Europe versus America mentality, 100% Shane Lowry turns up, and 100% the occasion does not get to him, and he relishes big days. Like, he only wins big events. He said it himself, I don't know how many times, he just relishes the big days. He raises for the occasion, and you only have to look at Luke Donald's comments. So he was, last week in an interview, was asked about Shane specifically and what he brings. He just said he brings so much to the team room. I think he's got great energy. He absolutely loved the experience of whistling straights, and it shows a lot. Obviously, winning's important, but he played he enjoyed what the Ryder Cup was all about. It's coming together as a team unit is the important thing. He's someone that loves having people around him, share stories, all that kind of thing. And he compared him to a Sergio Garcia in the dressing room of that type of player. And then he was asked, he was quizzed deeper then, all right, yeah, but what about his form? And, you know, a show of commitment, heading down, missing the cut. And he said on his game, actually, it has fallen off in the last couple of months, on the greens more so. But he is starting to strike the ball a lot better. He is good performances in the majors, and like he's played some practice rounds with him, he said, and his game looks really solid, if he was being honest, and he wouldn't have any worries about where his game is at, and he'd be good for a spot. That's pretty much what he said in an interview. Like, yeah, he's not dismissing it, and like, you can't dismiss Lowry.
You can't dismiss him, and I'd still bring him, but like, you can't get away from the fact he is giving Luke Donald a decision to make. Yeah,
that and the other guys all playing well this week.
Yeah, it didn't really help his cause. So, say Larry does go. So you got 4, 5, 6 players scrapping away this week now for 2 picks, essentially.
My team, right, if I was putting it on, so my team, I'd obviously McIlroy, Ram, McIntyre, Hovland, Matty Fitz, Hatton, Tommy, Seb Straka, Rose, Lowry, where am I going? Rose, Lowry, Moronk, I think is a definite, and then that leaves 1 pick between either Hodggaard or Aberg for me.
Which Hodggaard?
I would bring Rasmus. I know Nikolai played a lot better at the weekend just gone, but Rasmus has done more this year. So yeah, that would me that I like of the two of them. Aberg is a strange one for me because we might look silly. He is definitely on the trend upwards. We might look silly, like he could do a John Ram on it over the next 2 years, like when Ram burst on the scene, and we might look silly not bringing him. But I don't like, it's a flip of a coin, and I'm sure I know it'll all be down to stats and figures as to how they fit. But like, yeah, for me that's what it'd be a bit. The last spot is a toss up between Hodggaard and Aberg, and I would bring Aberg.
You bring Aberg?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, that could really rile like some lads up though, considering like they spent the whole year trying to make this team. You know, Aberg just pops out of college after the summer. Like, the 2 Hodggaards have won this year as well.
Yeah, they have. But I would bring, like, he's not, statistically, you look at his stats and what he'd bring to a team stats, I just think he offers a little bit more. And Rasmus, like you're even saying, Rasmus ranked higher than Nikolai. Nikolai's starting to show a bit of form now. Did well at the weekend, but yeah, I just like Aberg was thereabouts as well with them. I don't know why. I just have a feeling on Aberg. But I think Moronk is a lock. I think we're literally only looking at one spot.
Moronk will go, I think.
I think Moronk will go, Lowry go,
and
Rose go, Strack will
He's
go.
a bit like Larry as well, Moronk. He, like, obviously not on the same scale, but he does win big events.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to, like, he's all that Tiger Woods backstory from last year as well, and mixing it in with all them. Like, he's not afraid to mix it either. So no, that might. I don't know. Who would you go for?
Obviously, Rory, Ram, Viktor, Tommy Fleetwood, Tyrrell Hatton, Matty Fitz, Justin Rose. How many's that?
You've left Bob Mack out now.
I wouldn't bring him unless he qualifies automatically.
I think he will. I have him down on my qualifying list. He's automatically in the European list now. He doesn't need to do much this week to lock it in. It would be very harsh if he just misses out and he doesn't bring him. When you consider there's other rookies there, like you're just waxing on lyrical about, you know, the Hodgaards winning and not, you know, they're winning in Europe and they're paying their dues to the European Tour and they deserve a pick over Aberg. I would claim that for McIntyre if he didn't make it, but I think he will make it. Go on, keep going. Anyway,
so Rory, Ram, Viktor, Tommy, Hatton, Fitzy, Moronk, Rose, Sepp Straka, Larry, Erasmus Højgaard, and like I put McIntyre down because he's in the automatic qualifying spot. But if he didn't qualify, I think
you'd bring the two Hodgeguards.
No, you couldn't bring the two Hodgeguards. You couldn't bring the two of them. I'd take a punt on Victor Perez.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just missed out. This will be the second Ryder Cup he just missed out on. Like, if he doesn't make it, so yeah, that'd be interesting. Like, you've literally only one difference in my.
I don't think you can bring Aberg and one of the Højgaards.
Yeah, well, I have either or. In mind. Yeah, I wouldn't be bringing both of them either because it's too many rookies when you have.
But
I'm surprised you haven't gone for Yannick Paul because he's not that far away in the rankings.
Yeah, he won't. Again, he's another one. He won't get in unless he qualifies automatically.
And he'll have to gazump Bobby Mack.
Yeah.
So I don't know if will a win even do that for him. That's the thing.
I'm not sure now, to be honest. But it's funny, like the Højgaard one is an interesting one. Both of them, like imagine putting the two of them together in a 4-ball. Just go and make birdies. Like, who gives a damn? Do you know, like I was chatting to someone about this around the Open Championship time, and they were saying if Harrington did get a pick, you could put Nikolai or Rasmus Højgaard with him. Just let them Harrington go A to B and let them just go mad.
Yeah.
Like you can, like there are a couple of options for Luke Donald. The depth kind of does run out when you get to like member 11 or 12 in the team, but there are a couple of options that just to throw something special and throw a curveball in at the Americans that they wouldn't be expecting.
Yeah, well, it's team golf. Like it's not about your strokes and your whatever. It's how he feels you fit the template of the team, how you fit the template of the golf course, and how he can match you up with people. Like we've seen it with Pedersen with her Solheim Cup picks. Like some of them were left the field. Like she left out Mel Reid and players like that.
Yeah, and Mel Reid didn't have a great year, but I still have brought her just for the pairing aspect, like I alluded to with Spieth and Justin Thomas.
100%, and then she's put in like Heldwell and people like that. That yeah, they've really good pedigrees from back a while ago, but they kind of went out of form. So yeah, she's put her neck on the line for the team and did that, and like yeah, it's going to be an interesting week of selections, you know.
How much heed would you pay to the Hero Cup and how that went?
Not much.
Not much. Okay.
Not much, to be honest.
Matt Wallace won't get a pick then if he wins this week. What do you think?
But that's the thing, because he finished second, didn't he, this week? So I don't think he will. Even though he's won now, it's in Mexico. What did he win? The Corrales.
Oh, Corrales, Punta Cana.
Yeah.
Still, it's a PGA Tour win.
It's more than Tommy Ladd has.
Yeah.
Like, you have to. I know a win's a win. Yeah, I wouldn't be bringing him. He doesn't strike me as the best man in the team room.
No, I don't think he's many friends.
He'd be more. No. Yeah, exactly. I was being nice.
Yeah.
He wouldn't strike me as a Lowry type that would be a real strong team player. But yeah, I don't think so. But no. That's my chop in the Ryder Cup anyway.
Like, I think there's scope for bringing Aberg, even if he isn't picked. Just bring him, have him around. Because this is a guy that's going to play in the next one probably.
They might do that with a few of them. They might do that with the 2 Hodgegaards and Aberg, like get them in around the team room, but you just don't want to dilute it too much either. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. So much to play for this week, but yeah, I just think I can't get my head around all the Lowry bashing.
No, like, people took it too far, I think. Someone described him as a tourist.
Like, it's shocking. Somebody's shocking. Like, it's hard. Doing what he's doing is tough. And
we know Lowry gets like this. He does put immense pressure on himself. And I actually think if he did get a pick, which I think he will,
he'll kick on.
He will kick. Yeah, as you always say, he'll learn from it. He'll kick on. Blah blah blah. All your nonsense.
He will, though.
No, but he will. He'll play really well in between now and the Ryder Cup if he gets that pick. It'll be the weight off the shoulders, and he's got a lovely run of events coming as well. He's got the Irish Open, of course, and he's going back to Wentworth to defend. So he's got like a couple of feel good weeks, coming his way.
And pairings wise as well. Like, he pairs up with so many of the lads so well. Like, he paired up well with Hatton. He'll pair up well with Rory. There's not many can, he'd pair up well with Viktor.
Yeah, I was going to say him and Viktor would be good.
Because they're just very similar type mental characteristics, so the way they won't let much phase them.
Just looking at the 6 boys who qualified for the USA and kind of compare them to, our core 5 or 6 players, I'd be more fearful of our guys.
I think we're going to put up a
someone
run.
Like Scheffler's not playing well here, and you have to take that into account as well. You got Wyndham Clark, fine, yeah.
Well, he's not putting well. He's playing unbelievable. He's like Tiger 2000 stats off the tee.
It could be unreal in the.
But the Ryder Cup is a putting competition.
Yeah, like Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman. Look, 2 major champions, fine, but they're rookies. Patrick Cantlay, he's okay. Max Homa, I think he'd be good. He's a good man for match play, good presence, cup record. Xander Schauffele as well. Like, on paper, you just wouldn't be looking at them and going, oh my God, this is ominous. Like you would have been for the last 18 months after they absolutely trounced us in Whistling Straits. And then you look at our guys, like in McIlroy, Rahm, Viktor, Tommy Fleetwood, Tyrrell Hatton, Matty Fitz. Are 6 really, really strong guys. Probably include Larry in there as well, 6 or 7. But like if our core 5 players play really, really well and not win all their matches, it's hard to do that, but win the bulk of the points, I think Europe will be thereabouts. Like I don't see this being a hammering like everyone thought it could be 2 years ago.
Away Ryder Cups aren't hammerings. Like,
no, but even when them coming over to us and look like Europe are starting over again, they've let the old guard go. I think depth-wise, a lot has emerged, and there were like the maintenance of form from like Justin Rose is big as well. They bring a huge wealth of experience to the team.
Yeah, no, it's going to be so interesting. Like I don't think Luke Donald has the same amount of headaches that they have in the States that Zach Johnson has. Like Zach Johnson's going to be letting some proper players down. Yeah, whereas like we're going to be letting a few rookies down. That
our wildcard picks almost pick themselves.
Yeah,
you could nearly pick all 6. Yeah, definitely you can pick 3 or 4.
Yeah, we're literally debating 2 spots really, as to is up for opinion, up for grabs. Whereas they like you could literally pick any 6 from 20 for them.
Like
I justify them.
I think Zach Johnson will bring Koepka, Spieth, Morikawa, Bradley, Fowler, and Fina.
No Glover.
No.
Yeah.
Although I think he should be there. I bring him, but I don't think he will go.
Yeah, no, it'll be tough on him.
Incredibly harsh.
Yeah, and but these are the decisions you have to make, and it's more again a team room thing. Like, yeah, he's come into form and he's done this, but yeah, no, it's rough.
Rough stuff.
That is. It's going to be interesting. It'll be an interesting few weeks. But have you anything else then to hit tournament wise? Like we've gone fairly deep on the Ryder Cup there.
Yeah, just John Murphy in the DP World Tour. Like,
yeah. Really, so on the really roundup side,
really good to see him making the cut. Obviously, we all know John. John doesn't want to be celebrating making cuts, but this is again something that he can build on. And I think he can take a lot of heart from how he played on the Saturday as well. He kind of carried on from making the cut. He wasn't just happy to make it. Kind of threw in 2 poor weekend rounds. Sunday didn't quite work out for him, but To perform as well as he did, like it's encouraging.
Yeah, no, he is.
And he's playing this week now as well, so hopefully that can give him some momentum.
Kicks on. Yeah, if he makes another cut this week, it's great to see the green shoots of recovery coming out. On the Challenge Tour as well, Conor Purcell jumped up 21 spots to 31st on the road to Mallorca. After it is a career best 4-way tie for second in the Dormy Open that was reduced to 54 holes.
And a par 67 from a par 72.
Yeah,
because of waterlogged areas or whatever.
Just
bit of a shambles.
The par threes.
Just a shambles of an event. But thankfully, had a bit of good news to a Purcell coming second. Like he needed to. He's gone off the boil the last couple of months after a good start to the season. And look, he's back in the promotion frame, you'd have to say as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's only 11 spots outside. There'll be some lads disappointed. I know. I did see Conor O'Rourke got off to a fast start as well and dropped away. Like he will be very disappointed that this thing has been shortened. I think he was tied for second after round one.
He was leading,
and
then he was 4 over through 7 in the second round, which it all kind of died fairly quickly on him, which is unfortunate. Like he's been showing glimpses of some good form. Like in the Irish Challenge, he was up there for a good while. He's throwing in so many mistakes. Really, that's what's doing him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely you're kind of running out of starts between now and the end of the year for something bar a win to make a difference to your season. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on him. We had the Solheim Cup announcement last week as well. We mentioned that, no room for Mel Reid or anything like that. Walker Cup this week. You're off to the Walker Cup. When are you going?
Thursday morning, bright and early.
Looking forward to it. That'll be class.
Yeah, I am. It's it'll be a lovely thing to go to and say you've been to, but being at St Andrews, it's going to be really special. There should be a big crowd at it. It's going to be a great week. Great to have 4 Irish lads in the team: Alex Maguire, Liam Nolan, Mark Power, and Matt McLean. They're the most we've had since 2015, the famous 5. Last time GB and I won the Walker Cup as well. On the face of it, they're rank outsiders just in the world rankings. USA, everyone in the top 20, including the world number 1. GB and I just have John Goff in the top 20, ranked 13. But no, it should be really, really good week. Looking forward to getting over. Hopefully the weather behaves somewhat. Hope it blows like hell, but the rain stays away. Because I think GB, I keep saying Europe. GB and I do need help from the elements this week, I do think.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. I wish I was gone over.
You can come if you want.
No, you're grand. I have other stuff
on. Do with the company.
Other stuff on. No, it'll be good. It will be a class week. On the Irish PGA as well, then we'd Liam Grehan and Brian McElhenney couldn't be separated at the top of the Connemara Pro-Am. They shared the win there of the 2-day Pro-Am, so both players finished 3 under par. One ahead of Simon Thornton and Michael McGeady, a shot further back. So I see McElhenney finished strong in that as well. He birdied his last 2 holes for a 68.
Birdied his last 2, yeah. And Simon Thornton's had some week a win and a couple of second places.
Yeah.
So he's going in the right direction.
Yeah, and Druids held their first Pro-Am as well. He won that one, didn't he?
Yeah, he'd never played there before, so I couldn't even chat to him about the changes and what he made of it. He was like, it's all new to me, so... But
no, never played before at all?
Never played it before, no.
Okay. But, no, it's been a massive week, and again, we're saying, another epic week we're coming into with Solheim Cup stuff coming up, we've Ryder Cup stuff coming up, but then this week we've Walker Cup, we've KPMG Women's Irish Open, and next week then we have the Irish Open at the K Club. But as we said at the start of the podcast, this podcast is brought to you in association with Laois Tourism this week. So we actually have a few events ourselves on throughout the month of September, but one of the events happens to be down in the Heritage in Kinnellard, and we caught up with Ger Dempsey from the Heritage just to have a quick chat about what's going on there, including our own events this month. Right, September is always a busy time of the year in the golf calendar, both on and off the golf course. We'll be wrapping up our own Irish Golfer event series for the season 2. And one of the last events to take place is actually in the Sevi Ballesteros designed Heritage in Killinard in County Laois. I'm joined on the line now by Ger Dempsey from the Heritage to discuss this, plus a host of other things happening throughout September at the Heritage in association with Laois Tourism and in general throughout September. So, Ger, how are you keeping?
Peter, great. Thanks for having me on.
Not at all. It's a busy time of the year for you there.
It is, yeah. We're just off the back of open week, so it's just concluded, and yeah, it was a great week, a busy week. So you're glad to kind of have it over, and it went successfully. So that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I just mentioned our own event there, but you have lots going on in the schedule this month. You know, it's not just busy on global golf scenes with Ryder Cups and Solheim Cups and FedEx Cups and all the usual going on. What's happening at the Heritage?
So we have, in conjunction with Leash Tourism and Great Irish Golf, we have the Leash Challenge Pro-Am. So we're delighted to be hosting it. Peter, it's on Monday and Tuesday, so it's September the 25th and 26th. It's a 2-day event. So not only is it 36-hole 4-person team event, but there'll also be a 36-hole competition for professionals and low amateurs. I suppose it's the season's winding kind of down for them with pro-ams and so on. So there's a nice prize fund there of €1,000 to the winner. So we're really looking forward to it. Entry fees are very reasonable as well for it. So for a PJ professional or a low amateur playing in the singles, for the 2 days it's only €60. And then the entry for the team event, 4-person team, so per person, it's €180 for the 2 days. And that includes like the usual goodie bags, and they get a food as well for both days as well.
Oh, that sounds good. No, I know Seamus runs really good events anyway. I've been around them before in the past, and there's a bit of an international flavour to this as well. I know he's fond of taking in some international visitors, and there's plenty to do off the golf course as well around the events.
Yeah, so Seamus, he's a member here. He's been here since day one, and we do get great support off him. You know, he goes for top courses, and not only does he have events here regularly, but he would, K Club and the likes as well. So Seamus would be his profession is a guard, and he's somehow able to draw on the police force from all around the world. So like even this year, we had guests from Japan earlier on in the year. We I think a group of over 70 or 80 people from Holland as well. So all these people are coming. A lot of them are staying. Obviously, there's a lot of domestic groups going to be playing in this as well, but we have people coming in internationally, so they're going to be staying on site at a hotel here, and they also, some of them might stay if they're looking for a bit of nighttime entertainment in the likes of the Midlands Park in Portlaoise, which is bang in the centre of the town, and then you have the Cleshin Hotel. So between the hotel here on site, the Heritage, and the Midlands Park in Cleshin, I'm sure they're going to get a good twist out of it.
And plenty of play and stay offers from all those places anyway, and nice
Yeah,
things to do around the town.
The Midlands Park in Cleshin, if you go onto their websites, they have play and stay offers. And not only did they feature here, because here obviously being the championship course, it is tough. It's a great test, but people might like to play here on one day and then take in the likes of Port Arlington or Mountrat. You've Abbeyleix, Portlaoise, the Heat, and then there's Rathdowney as well. And all of those courses are only 10 minutes maximum off the M7 or M8 motorway, so all very accessible as well.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing always struck me about the Heritage is it's obviously like the infrastructure under the golf course is second to none in this country. The way it was built and what was invested in it, and how that's going. But it seems to, as the season gets longer, of all the years I've been playing it, it seems to play better August, September, October than it does April, May time. It's mad how the weather works out, how the seasons work out. But yeah, and you've taken a nice jump on our rankings over the last year too. So it's great to see all the investment that you're making in the course paying off.
Yeah, we're delighted, Peter, with the improvement of the rankings. Like, I suppose, obviously being biased, when here opened 20 odd years ago, and with Sevi behind it, it was kind of like a Dare Manor, the buzz around it, and obviously then like a lot of places, the recession hit and it did suffer. But we're certainly pleased to be making improvements and investing. And there's a bunker project going on at the minute, which which will help. And the greens, luckily, we're getting great feedback on them, and they tend to actually get better as the year goes on. So our season kind of, instead of it kind of wrapping up kind of and thinking about winter come the end of September, when you're here, we're thinking, there's still a lot of business on the books for October, whether it's corporate societies events. So we're, like the lads, greenkeepers are doing a great job, and we're able to extend the season. Thankfully, with the course being quite dry as well, and known for it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a bonkers time of the season, on and off the course. Like I'm saying, tournament wise, obviously we're sandwiched in between that week, the Solheim Cup and the Ryder Cup as well. So obviously with Sevy's Ryder Cup background, I'm hoping there'll be plenty of people that come down, play and stay at the Heritage with ourselves, and enjoy the event. And hopefully the event with Laois Tourism goes well as well, with Great Irish Golf. So that sounds like a good event. So Ger, it's been a pleasure catching up with you, and cheers for filling us in and everything that's going on at the Heritage.
All right, thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Right, so a fair bit going on down there. Anyway, us getting back on track then. Heroes and villains to finish it off. Who are your heroes?
We struggled on the heroes front for this one. I'll probably go John Murphy, and I'm going to go Gary Murphy for just a pretty cool tweet.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 79s the weekend. Obviously not what he would have wanted, but he gave a shout out to the crowd and then says their eyesight wasn't too great at looking for my golf balls. So that was good. Good to see.
He said, well, course is a must play and the locals are always so friendly but useless at finding my golf balls.
You can't take the piss out yourself. What can you do?
No, Gary's a sound lad.
And then my villain, this is I just glanced at this, one of those things I overheard, but it's the first tee announcer at the Czech Masters. Did you hear this?
No.
Oh, what a clown. Just giving it just so dramatic, like giving it the whole like WWE entrance kind of a thing. I was expecting him to say, and we have Matt Wallace at 282 pounds. But it was just like, you're standing there on the first tee, probably about 4 people around the tee box anyway, watching you, like, and he's like, and from England, Matt Wallace. I was like, would you get over yourself? Bring back Ivor Robson.
Ivor was class. Now, my hero of the week, I've actually gone a real obscure one. I'm going Adam Schenk. Just from the FedEx Cup, like, he finished 90th last year overall in the FedEx Cup, missed out on everything, and then this year he's played his way up to 9th overall. Like, won a serious share of prize money when you go out to it. Like, he's taken 1.25 million in prize money. In bonus money. Like, that's going from where he was to where he is now. Adam Schenk, I could not pick out any results from this year at all from Adam Schenk, like notables.
I think he had a win.
Did he?
I think so.
He must have, if he's made the tour championship. But yeah, like, I just have no recollection of anything good. But like, to see a name like that getting the top 10 of the overall FedEx Cup and cash in on stuff like that was pretty cool to see. The PGA Tour's play better thing will definitely be hung off him for next year. Then my villain of the week is just the PGA Tour not being able to come up with a proper formula to give away $75 million. Like, I thought they failed miserably at how they distribute it, how they do it. Like I said earlier on the pod, I'm not a fan of the 30-man field. I think it needs to be expanded a little bit more. They need to get a bit more creative. And it, like, 75 million, if it was 35 million it would make no difference. If it was 20 million of a thing, it's just it's an obscene amount of money to be given away. But yeah, so be it. That's my rant.
It's your rant over with.
Yeah, I think that's it for the week.
That's everything, I think. Yeah,
but best of luck at the Walker Cup.
It's not if I'm playing, like,
it'll be good. It'll be good. I'm going to try and venture my way down to Dromoland, like we said at the start of the week. Plenty of tickets left for that, so visit KPMG Women's Irish Open. Looked it up online, plenty of tickets there to be got. So
you should, seeing as you have the weekend off after butchering the captain's prize.
Yeah, look at him getting the digs in. Yeah, no, I had a disaster of a captain's. I went full Adam Schenk on it. A treble and a double. Done my causes out of it. So yeah, I'm fond of the old... I'm fond of doing that now. I'm fond of doubles and trebles these days. Yeah, no, it's a disaster. Put a rake of pars in and one mistake and that's it. Capitulate. That's my MO. Right. Enough about me. Right, cheers for tuning in, folks. We'll be back again next week after, hopefully, a GB&I win at the Walker Cup, and Ronan will be back full of beans. And we'll then be looking forward to our Ryder Cup teams being finalised. So, chat to you again next week. Cheers for tuning in.